Hey people, just wanted to preface this by saying that I do think this girl has good intentions, but at this point the fat positivity movement is just plain lying. So with that, let's get started.
So today's video, I really want to just get straight to the point. I don't really want to spend a lot of time making an intro. Today's topic is going to be about body shapes, the way people carry weight, and essentially just having the right fat in the wrong places.
This is actually a very interesting discussion, and one that I've personally been very passionate about. What makes people fat? Why are certain foods metabolized in different ways, and how does this affect body composition? I have a feeling that this isn't what you're getting into, though.
By society's standard.
Margaret Thatcher once said something that you, and a lot of people like you, need to hear. They're casting their problem on society. And you know, there is no such thing as society. There are individual men and women, and there are families. And no government can do anything except through people, and people must look to themselves first. It's our duty to look after ourselves, and then also to look after our neighbor. People have got the entitlements too much in mind, without the obligations. There's no such thing as entitlement unless someone has first met an obligation. What I take this to mean is that you cannot blame society and expect it to swoop in and solve all your problems. It is your own duty to live your own life productively. To receive, you must first give. What are you contributing to society, other than costing the NHS £6.3 billion and the UK economy £27 billion from loss of productivity?
I see a lot of, I don't want to say body shaming per se, but just like not enough representation of a certain body type. And
well, that's because certain body types, and by body types I assume you mean morbidly obese, are just not attractive.
More of the hush-hush about this certain type of body type. You know, when you Google plus-size model, these women are beautiful, by the way.
Agreed. That Ashley Graham girl is hot as hell.
I think they're gorgeous, but when you Google plus size model, you see a little bit larger version of a regular size model.
Yeah, that's suggested by the name.
Same body shape, same toning in the same spots, but just larger.
That's because clothes look good on certain shapes. Why on earth would a designer choose a model that makes their clothes ugly?
Although I think we're taking steps in the right direction in regards to introducing larger women and showing people that, hey, plus size women are gorgeous too.
No, they're not. Not in the same way. There's a reason for people not finding fat people attractive. And there's a reason that people that specifically do are perverted sexual deviants.
Plus size women can be models. Plus size women can be successful and happy and healthy.
Yes, and no. Excessive fat is bad for you, full stop. Metabolic syndrome, which is inextricably linked to obesity, its main symptom being visceral fat, or what you might call an apple-shaped body type, will also result in heart disease, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and cancer, to name but a few. So sorry, no obese person can be healthy.
So every time I have ever seen a plus size model, they have had pretty much the same body type where they are large breasted, smaller waist, big full hips, and tall.
That's because that is what's found to be attractive and looks best in clothes. I get this feeling, and I don't know why, that you may be quite envious of these girls.
Tall, like tower high tall.
Ugh, disgusting.
And again, I don't think that this body type is bad or ugly. I think this body type is gorgeous. I think these models are gorgeous. Ashley Graham is definitely an example of this. I think she is just goddess level, like gorgeous. But today I'm talking about lack of representation for other body types.
Nobody but insecure fatties want to see morbidly obese people in fashion. Sorry.
How that makes people feel.
Nobody needs to cater to your feelings. I do not care about your feelings.
When they have these body types, I know I don't have the perfect hourglass shape.
No, you're 19 and about ready to drop dead.
I've got lumps and bumps in places where they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be there because they'll kill you.
And I know so many other girls who have this body shape, whether they are heavy set on top, slimmer bottom, they have small boobs or they have small butts, and they're just not proportioned in society's standards. So
these aren't society's standards. Very few individuals find obesity attractive or would choose to be obese. This is because it is detrimental to your health, and we are hardwired to choose mates that are physically able to produce and raise healthy offspring.
I just think it's a little crazy that we're willing to accept larger women, but only if they are this certain body type.
It isn't crazy. It's perfectly natural to find certain things attractive. For example, lions with dark manes are more attractive to lionesses than light-maned lions, because the dark pigment is a signifier of good health and superior strength. Sexual preference is not a human societal construct.
I've seen instances where there are two women who are almost the exact same size. I would say they're maybe 5 or 10 pounds off, and one of them has this like gorgeous hourglass shape and the other is more pear-shaped.
Our friend basically goes on to say that the former is seen as attractive whilst the latter is not. The reasoning for this is simple. One is a lot more unhealthy than the other. Fat in the ass and thighs is just that, fat in the ass and thighs. Visceral fat, however, is an indication that you're not doing too well on the health front, as I said earlier. This is because the fat is amongst your organs and preventing their proper function. People just don't find people that could die of a heart attack in the next 5 minutes attractive.
Although we are willing to accept, I think we have made great strides, although we are willing to accept, for the most part, larger women, we still have this mentality that women need to have this perfect shape.
If you think that this is only happening to women, you're an idiot. Besides, telling people who are morbidly obese that they aren't healthy is not asking for perfection, it's asking for the bare fucking minimum.
I think that they need to look a certain way, and it's almost like telling you, you have all the right fat, but sweetheart, they're in all the wrong places.
Not all fat is created equal. Visceral fat will kill you.
What kind of message is that putting out there to young girls?
That, just like smoking, obesity is not good for you.
Why is it okay for, say, we're gonna use the Jenners and the Kardashians, okay? I'm sorry, this is just gonna happen. But why is it okay for Kylie Jenner to carry this weight in her butt, but when someone carries the same amount of weight, say, in their stomach, they're fat and disgusting and ugly?
Look, I'm sorry, and I'm not using your picture to be needlessly cruel, but because I get the crazy feeling that this is all coming from personal resentment on your part, I'm going to. It's just not a good comparison. Kylie Jenner is, for all intensive purposes, a fit and healthy looking person with an excellent body composition. You, on the other hand, you're 19. You're 1 year older than her, if that. You should be worried.
Kylie Jenner is curvilicious and gorgeous and all these kinds of things when it's the same fat just carried in different spots.
We've been through this. No, it isn't.
So I guess another thing I want to talk about is we don't control where we gain and lose our weight. So say Sally over here, she carries her weight in her tummy and she's fed up with it and she wants to lose her tummy. She can't just spot correct.
No, but she could lose weight everywhere, which is rarely a bad thing. And making healthier lifestyle choices will encourage fat to be stored in healthier places.
And a lot of these things are being covered up by, oh, well, it's healthy. And we just have this like preconceived idea that the girl with the more proportioned body shape is automatically more healthy than the girl who maybe doesn't have that proportion of a body shape. You don't know their lives, you don't know what goes into their bodies, you don't know what their fitness routines are.
True, but it's kind of irrelevant. Visceral fat is just bad by its very nature, so someone with less of it is just going to be healthier. Someone may be genetically predisposed to having fat in risky areas, so if they want to be healthy, they need to be doing their very best to minimize it.
You don't know anything like that, so I just feel like women who don't have this perfect body type or this perfect hourglass shape shouldn't be shamed into feeling like they need to achieve that, because there are different body types on the planet, and that is just a fact. They are all beautiful.
Fat is not a body type. Not all bodies are beautiful. Some bodies, like yours, are sick.
And I personally would love to see more of a variety of not only sizes, I think we are making great strides in that aspect, but just different body shapes.
Most people don't want to see obese or funny looking bodies. We want to see things that we are programmed to find beautiful.
The women who are wearing these clothing have different body shapes. We don't all have the perfect hourglass body shape, simple as that. And this
Fashion, particularly high fashion, is an art. Designers are creating masterpieces, and the bodies that are best suited to show them off are the typical runway figures of the likes of Kate Moss and Gemma Ward.
This all kind of comes into body positivity and accepting yourself and realizing that you are beautiful no matter what body shape you have.
This is quite simply not true. This is one of the issues with women, who are in general quite able to get by on their looks, in that if you don't reach the minimum standards, you find yourself having to rely on other things to get people to like you, which can be difficult when you expect it otherwise. Men, on the other hand, who in the vast majority just do not have the beauty of women, know this from the very start, which is why fat guys just don't kick up a stink about this kind of thing.
Whatever you are, you're gorgeous, and although your body type might not be recognized in the media or be shown in clothing models or anything like that, don't ever think for a second that your body type isn't beautiful, because it is.
You know what? It's nice to know that we're doing so well that your main concern is whether your being fat makes you ugly. I bet South Sudan really wishes it had this problem.